it's a huge economical crash down what is happening right now in each and every sector.
But then there's going to be a complete wholesale change. So real estate is not an exception as well. And
Scenario, why can't we reduce the price and sell it to the customers? Why can't we look for the volumes? Because anyhow it's gonna.
I would definitely want the prices to go down, but I don't know how, because the land prices doesn't seem to come down. That's the most important aspect of the real estate.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Reality Talk Show by GoFar. This is Ashik Ahmed. I'm the managing director of GoFar Corporate Private Limited. So GoFar is a real estate service company which deals with consultancy, management, investment and development of real estate properties. A Reality Talk Show is an exclusive show by GoFar where it deals with the current scenario of real estate markets, the market dynamics, insights and trends. So as we know, real estate is one of the world's biggest commodity. So it has a lot of data and information which is gathered actually over here. So I here discuss with some of the prominent real estate developers and real estate consultants about the real estate markets, the trends and the scenarios with relevant data and statistics provided. So today we have Mr. W.S. Habib, who's the founder and director of RWD Construction. I welcome you, sir, for the session of Reality Talks, actually. And how are the things going on? How are you? How's business and everything? And yes, sir, up to you.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you, Ashik, for getting me. Yes, I think the another lockdown has already started here in Chennai last 2 days back. So it's really putting things. I remember we were discussing about 2 months back. We were saying that everything is going to change. Going to be a complete shift in the way we do business. Because I think most of the business are. I think vanished, or people reinvent the business, and definitely the product mix, the customer preferences, everything is going to change. Work from home is possible now, so many companies will be looking at work from home, and but the need for a home is more important now. Now people wanted. Before, people used to live in a small home because they just spend hardly very few hours at home, like they're coming back in the late evening or evening, and then spending 1-2 hours, and then sleep morning 1-2 hours, and most of the time when they wake, it is in the office. Now that office atmosphere, if it is going to go, which means you're going to spend more time in your home, which means you need more comfort at your home. Definitely, you want a bigger home. So a lot of changes are going to happen. People who are living in a small houses definitely will be regretting. And the people who were thinking that the house was big, they think that they might be now thinking that the decision is right on buying a big home. Okay,
Correct.
so the market thing, I think as of now, not much of traction. After the lockdown is opened, we are trying to assess the entire market because Tamil Nadu is still under lockdown. There are a lot of sale which has happened. Registration still not happened because people stuck here and there.
Yes.
And even the office is not working much. Only we worked with the 50% or less than that in the office. So yes, last 3 months was complete washout. There's no traction at all. Yeah, so that's business overall. We have to see. I think, June is also will be over. From July, we'll have to see how it goes.
Okay. So like you've explained, you've given an overview about what's happening right now in the market. Actually, you've given a clear overview about that. See, as we know, I'm going to start with a very common question because that's going to be the first point of discussion as of now in the present scenario. See, we haven't confronted this kind of, kind of epidemic in our lifetime. So which is happening right now, which I feel more than a biological impact. It's a huge economical crash down what is happening right now in each and every sector, in each and every business domain. So when we take, the top 5 domains which is highly affected in the world because of this particular pandemic, we can say real estate is easily comes in the top 5 sector. We can say that actually, and we can either see it as an opportunity. Why? Because the more it deflates, the more the economy deflates, the more it will inflate later on. So we can see something like that. Real estate is always an ever-blooming sector, which everyone knows about it actually from the start. So now, when we are talking about this particular issue, So we need to get into the practicality. How serious the issue is? Like what is this, the real problem? What is happening right now? The how seriously the real estate sector has got affected because of this pandemic? How deeply it got affected? What is your perspective on this?
No, as I said, I think every business is going to get affected. Every bearing essentials, I think the rest everything is going to have a complete sea change. So real estate is also not, but then not to forget, residential real estate is an essential. You need a home.
Yes.
So the demand for homes will be there. I think I know where you're coming to. The prices will go down and the things. But yes, see, honestly, we are only actually say we are only a middleman. I mean, but then we take all the responsibilities when we buy the land, we get the approval, we get the design done, we execute it, and we do the construction properly, we do the management, sales, marketing, customer relation, everything, and up to handover, we do everything, and in the process, everybody benefits from the whatever we do, like from the governments to all the vendors to the when we employ not many people in the industry. Now, the prices, the last few years, the prices were actually stable. And I don't think prices can go down. But I would definitely want the prices to go down. But I don't know how. Because the land prices doesn't seem to come down. That's the most important aspect of the real estate. If you're in the city, like, it's Chennai, inside the heart of the city, 70% of the cost is only the land. So the land prices has to go down. I don't know how to bring that down. We've been talking to government. We've been talking to things. The government has increased the FSI. Despite that, the prices of the land is not coming down.
Okay.
Concession cost is also not coming down. In fact, it's only going up.
Okay.
So I really don't know. So that's why you see many players are not doing any project because one side it is becoming unaffordable. Another side, the supply is also is not there because the land prices are high, the construction cost has gone up, the salaries are so high, so it's practically impossible. So I don't think the apartment prices will go down. It can only go down where there are builders who have so much of inventories unsold, and they have a big debt, on them. That case, he will definitely cut the price and then sell it.
Okay.
So
Mr. Habib, actually, as you have said, actually, you've clearly mentioned about, what's happening right now. And you are actually quite into the side of dropping down the prices and everything. See, since we are talking about this particular thing, what do you think, because there are many rules, even what we can say regarding the price down, we have, we have witnessed that the Minister of Railway and Commerce, Mr. Piyush Goyal, has also mentioned that, the real estate developers should definitely, see for a price down. They should drop the prices in their of their inventories. Otherwise, they would stuck with the inventory. That is what he said. And also, many of the people are debating about why the price is not going down, why the real estate market is standstill and everything. As a real estate developer, are you into price dropping? Because even we know the rules that there is a circle rate, there is a ready reckoner prices which has been fixed for every kind of projects. So if we cannot go beyond that, actually we cannot reduce the price beyond that. In case if you do that, there's going to be a high penalty which is going to be charged for both the buyer and the seller and the real estate developer. It's going to be 35%. It's going to be huge humongous penalty charges, penal charges which is going to be applied. So what do you think, as a real estate developer, is it good for a developer to reduce the prices and give? Because we can see for the volume as of now. See, rather, say for an instance, last talk where I was talking with Mr. Bhupesh of Indra Projects, he was telling, if you get to reduce the price of a particular project, so automatically what will happen? So it will reduce the value of the properties which are located nearby the same project as well, because the people who might have invested a lot into the other projects earlier, so that might affect the value of the other properties which are located adjacent to the project. So that is also a point. But still, when we get to see this particular scenario, why can't we reduce the price and sell it to the customers? Why can't we look for the volumes? Because anyhow it's gonna the price is gonna come up after this pandemic. Once the opportunities become normal, stable, it will definitely come up. Why can't we see in such a way? Why can't we reduce the price? And in case if we are reducing the price, how much maximum can we reduce? As a real estate developer, what is your thought process onto this, on reducing the price of real estate and selling it off?
See, I think I told you very clearly. See, if I have a problem, I have a big problem, like, I have so much of unsold apartment. I have a huge debt in the bank. Then I have no other option. I mean, I have Piyush Goyal or Deepak Parekh or, there's another Uday Kotak, I think, they were all advising. I think we never asked them for the advice. We approached Piyush Goyal in our one of our seminar. We called him just to, so we want to ask the government for concessions. But I think instead of doing that, he's saying you drop the price. I mean, it's our business. We know
Yeah.
to drop the price or increase the prices. It's all our thing. Nobody is going to help us.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So the question is of reducing the prices. I think I told you again and again, it's going to be the same thing. It is not that anybody wants to hold on to it, and then ultimately I have to do business. I have to generate cash flow. I
Correct.
have to pay
Correct.
salaries. I have to pay all the vendors. I have to pay the bankers. So what is the point me holding on to the price and then not selling? I'm saying the price is already honest prices. Further down, yes, if somebody has an issue with so much of inventories, obviously it is his decision. It is not industry. Industry is not going to say that, okay, you cut 5%, 10%, 20%. I don't think that is anyway is going to happen. As I told you, because everybody is operating on a very, very thin margin.
Okay.
So that doesn't happen. Somebody has actually, bought the prices on high and like that and got stuck. Obviously, he has to cut the price.
Yes.
So it actually depends. Oh, I have if you take my own example, I have my projects, like for example, one in Ambattur,
Mm-hmm.
which I didn't even, I just got the completion certificate now. And
Okay.
100% it is sold. In fact, in the lockdown, we sold about the last 4 apartments.
Very good.
And not 1 rupee, in fact, the prices only has gone up. So what I'm trying to say is, you don't have a stock and the product is there and people are going to buy. If you have huge volumes, then obviously you'll have to cut the price and then sell. So there is no ifs and buts and nothing. Now going forward, yes, when the new projects, what we are going to take, definitely we're going to look at saying that we'll have to buy the land at a much cheaper price. It is not coming, but we are working very hard to get that. But the other component of the construction is all only going up. The
Yeah,
compliance
exactly.
is going up,
So
the
that's my
taxes is
other
going up.
question. Probably you help me for them for my next question. See, at one side, what we are able to witness is the home loan interest is going down because the government is trying to help the buyers and investors who are investing into the residential market space by reducing the home loan interest, by reducing waiver of the fees of the penalty fees of the interest and everything. This is what are happening at one side. The other side for the real estate developers, it's going to be a vein where like the prices of cements and the price of steel, the construction materials really going high. It's kind of a two different imbalanced thing. Like one they are encouraging people to buy things. So whether this makes a kind of an imbalance in the pricing, this is going to affect the pricing of real estate. How it's going to, because see at this point of time, the price rate increment, the price rate increment in the cements and the steel of it's going to be really tough for the real estate developers to sell the inventories for that, because it's going to be a real bid. At the same time, government is encouraging. So how going to imbalance? It's going to be it's an imbalance between the both the rates. How do you see these things, sir? What do you see something like that actually?
Yeah, okay. So banks have dropped the rates, obviously. So it's a good time to buy. It's a good time to buy because interest rates are all time low, and the demand for homes is there. In fact, during the lockdown, we did sell many apartments, and most of the other companies also, who were giving the right product at the right price is been selling. So yes, I think you have answered the question. The cement, steel, and the labor cost is definitely going to go up now for sure, because the labor laws is going to be more tougher,
It's on high
and
demand.
which means so obviously, that is going to go up and complaints will go up. Which means like, so we also been telling the government to, reduce the stamp duty and other things so that, the volume increases. But again, they come back to say, as you reduce the price. I mean, I think reduce our price is, I don't know, I think nobody understands our business is what I would say. They all think that builders are on lobby and holding on to the price.
Correct.
It is a simple max. You will have to just do your own calculation. Today, you cannot violate, right? So when you buy a land, this is the cost of the land. This is much built up you can do. So which means if you divide that, you get the per square feet of land cost. Construction cost is just open everywhere. either starting between 1,800 rupees to 3,000 rupees, it can go depending on the amenities and the specifications. So you just put all that, and you add the bank interest little bit and a small margin to the developer. So I think I've answered all your question. It is just that if I have so much of unsold and I need money, I will definitely drop the price and then give. Okay. But then I think at least in Chennai, most of the developers are very, very smart. I mean, generally Chennai, Tamil Nadu, we are all conservative. So the developers are also conservative. It's not like, Mumbai and Delhi where, you just build like ghost buildings and then keeping it unsold. There you can ask them to reduce. I mean, that they can do. So it's a clear imbalance. Yes, one side there is a demand is still there. Another side, affordability has come down because job loss is going to happen or happening. So another side, the rates are not coming down. So clearly, we don't know. We are in a confused state. So if I need cash flow, if I have to sell, I have to drop my price and sell. Otherwise, I have to just hold on to it and then do. So there's no rule that there's this. Somebody can even drop 20-25%. Somebody can not drop anything. To me personally, we have not dropped anything and we've been also selling. But the sale volume velocity is definitely slow. So if I want to increase the velocity, I'll have to drop the price.
Got it.
Simple as
So,
that.
as you have clearly said here that you haven't dropped anything. Actually, I just wanted to ask for this particular, considering this particular lockdown, do you have any little slight discount margins on your properties on RWD construction, something like that, or the prices are very standstill?
No, because we always believe in a honest price, and so we already been giving the same the price. But then there are a lot of schemes which we are offering. Now, recently we have launched one scheme, for one project in Vanagaram, which is just under construction. Construction just started now, so it will take another 2 years to finish. So for that particular thing, we have, we are actually selling at a cost, and we are giving another offer of. It's like you just pay 10% of the apartment cost and they don't pay anything for next 1 year. And after 1 year, if the price is going to drop further, you think that I bought at a higher price, your money will come back to you. Simple as that. Without any cutting, anything like that. So that is the offer. So different offers. This is one offer we give it for that particular project. And for our Regno project, we have only about 15 apartments or 16 apartments left. We can't reduce the price. So maybe we're just giving maybe 200-300 rupees as a discount max, depending on the payment structure. Because that is also another 4 to 6 months time we will be handing over the project. As I told you, the other one is already sold, and we're going to launch 2 more projects.
Wonderful.
I mean, it is like for this particular market, we're going to launch. It's a one plotted project. Is one big project we're going to launch now very soon in a month's time.
See, last time when we discussed, when we were speaking over the UBC Fire Chat, so we were discussing that the millennials, quite unlikely towards buying because millennials are preferring rentals and everything. But now, I guess this pandemic has given a new perspective towards that. Probably, now when I'm getting to read through the reports and articles, probably I'm getting to know that millennials are now preferring to buy homes rather than renting homes. Actually, this is what's been happening in Bengaluru. In Bengaluru in this pandemic time, people are the residential investments is becoming little high. There is a lean market space which is opening for residential investment. Residential buyers are becoming high, and most of them are millennials because now they are planning to have their own home rather than a liability. They want to have their own asset. Actually, now this is what is happening. So this is kind of opening a little space, even during this pandemic time space. Actually, so as a developer, what do you see? Is the sale highly affected? Highly what is the residential sales highly affected, or still people are preferring to buy, or still you are getting inquiries, getting to know all these things. So how is it actually, sir, when it comes to the RWD?
See, real estate is the most real product. Okay, it is the most tangible asset anyone can have. Everybody aspire to own their own home, and this is not this is the better time. And people have realized that owning their own home is the best thing. As I told you, I think work from home is going to happen more. So you have to sit in your own home. Today you sit here, tomorrow you move out, or the rental increment, or you can actually, if you to the own home, you can do your own interiors to your liking and like that, and you can you can do. Otherwise, you are sitting on somebody's property. Yes, I think The awareness has come. Yes, before this pandemic, the millennials were not wanting to buy a car or a home or whatever. They were only wanting to rent. I think that perception has changed. Definitely, everybody wants to own their own. I mean, of course, it all depends on their budget and the employment or
Capital, yeah.
whatever. So it is definitely there. I think people are changing, and that is one aspect. Millennials are buying home. The inquiries, I'm telling you, there are a lot of NRIs who want to come back because, especially in the Middle East, things are not looking okay. So they want to come back here, and they and then the guys who were wanting to buy 800 square feet apartment, they are now trying to push it to 1,000. The guys who wanted to buy 1,000, they want to buy a little more bigger apartment. So the trends have changed. So that's how it is, and lot many amenities also in the project is going to change because
Okay.
we know this is going to be it's likely to stay for some time.
Okay.
That's how it is. So
You've given
these
me
are
a
the
new point.
interesting things
Yeah,
from a residential perspective. The demand is there. The demand is never going to die. People are interested to buy. Commercial real estate, yes. I think office people will be a bit hesitant.
okay. Okay. So you see, now you've given me a new point. Actually, the thing is, this was the same question which I've asked last time to the different speakers and everything. But I want to put the same question to you as well. Now, like we are getting to witness that work from home has really increased, has really appreciated during this pandemic, and people have started working from home. And do you think it's gonna, change the way the people buy homes? Like, for an instance, 1 BHK and 2 BHK, the compact housings are where the most selling properties, the most selling inventories, to be very forthright. 3 BHK and 4 BHKs are very less. They have a group of niche market space for 3 BHK and 4 BHK. We know that. Now, because of this work from home aspect, do you think people will prefer an additional room for work from home? Considering this, people will definitely opt for, like the 2 BHK buyers will opt for 3 BHK, and the 1 BHK buyers will
Yeah,
opt.
that's why I told you. I think somebody who was looking at 800 square feet, 2 bedroom, wanting the 3 bedroom, somebody who wanted to buy a 3 bedroom, 1,200, tight apartment, wanted a little more bigger, 1,400, 500. So that's how it
But
is
what about
because
the
they know
developers
that
who were
this is
left
not.
with the inventories, which has been already built? Because people are left with, 1 BHK, 2 BHK. People, they were concentrating on only 1 BHK, 2 BHK since there was highest selling. Now people are, like quite opting for 3 BHK. That's what I'm getting to read in the article. People are really opting for
Yeah,
3 BHK.
so
One exclusive room for work from home,
right,
office room. Yeah.
the guys who are still wanting that 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, they will still buy. And it all depends. Now I have so much of 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom lying, and now suddenly people are not going to buy. Then I have to change it. I have to combine the two
Okay.
single bedroom into two double bedroom like that. So, a lot of change. I think at the opening remark I told you that everything is going to change. It is not life was not was like this. So everything is going to have a sea change. But one thing is constant: people will buy home. There is no second thoughts
Yes.
about residential real estate is going to only go up from here. Okay, so there
Wonderful.
is no people need home. It's like it's like your dress. You need a dress, you need a food, so you need a home. So that is it has become a must. So the demand is
Correct.
there, but the priorities could change. So
Okay.
that is definitely going to have a big change, which is going to definitely happen as well.
Okay. So recently, like we've read a news that, like Tamil Nadu has, decreased the rates of registration fees, stamp duty charges and registration charges to a certain extent. Probably we can say, 70% have been reduced actually. So, do you really think this could really work at this point? Because they have done that for a certain period of time, for sure, actually, because the registration fee and the stamp duty has been really came down, for really less down. So, do you think that the registration will definitely increase during this phase of time because of this particular rule, what has been set? Is it a
When
very
when did they reduce? I don't think they've reduced. We've been fighting for
no
last
stamp
two
duty
years
and
of my presidency.
the registration
No,
cost has come to 1%, which is 2% on the whole actually. So which was came from
no, 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 not in Tamil Nadu. Not in Tamil Nadu for sure. At least in some places we've been hearing, but not much. We're fighting with the central government to tell state governments to reduce the stamp duty, and especially Tamil Nadu, because we have at 7 plus 4, 11%, which is very high.
yeah, exactly.
Every time we meet our deputy CM, we used to tell him our house is security. When we go, we tell them the sale volume will increase. People, somebody wants to buy a home of 50 lakhs, have to shell out easily about 5 lakh rupees for a stamp duty, which is very high. So encourage them, reduce it. Maybe more people will buy. Your turnover will be still be
But
there.
this was a talk which was
Your
happening
revenue
probably,
will not.
like in the article, it came out very clearly, the Tamil Nadu has really depreciated the stamp value and registration value to 2%, which is, like 70% decreased in the registration fee, which was came in the article, because came in the news as well, probably. Probably, I don't know
No,
whether
no,
they
no,
have
no, no.
implemented it or not something. There was a talks which was going on.
No, no, no.
Uh,
It's not. Yeah, the request is on. Still, nothing is happening. But
okay,
recently, one Times of India made one confusion that is nothing to do with that. They made
okay.
a wrong statement, which we had to clarify for
Do you
almost
think
a
that will
week.
be really beneficial, right? At this point of time, that is much required.
Obviously, for a home buyer, when they're getting a stamp duty lesser, obviously it will be benefit. They will definitely, so we are also telling the government, just for 1 year, you just reduce the rates. When the market picks up, you can continue with whatever you want.
Okay, okay. So now,
Good, I
like,
think we're forward.
okay. Now we're like, hello.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have, like the last one actually, what I have in mind is, because since we came to the end of the session, I just want to finish. We have so many questions, but still, like to finish up the session, probably, like the last one is how systematically, the real estate sector should work in India. What do you feel? Because we are getting to see that in many of the countries, there is a system which has been clearly defined. Like the real estate developers cannot directly sell their properties. They cannot sell their inventories to the consumers. Actually, they always have a middle person who are much educated, much qualified to do the job. Real estate consultants or agents, we can call them real estate. If any consumer, if any investor want to buy a property, it has to be through real estate agents or consultants, because there is no direct connection between developer and the consumer. This was happening in most of the countries, including China, Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, everywhere. Like this is a kind of systematic procedure which has been defined in all the countries. Why do you think it is not still it's still not implemented in India, and still the realistic consultants and agents are not very qualified? Anyone can become a like a broker, anyone can become an agent, because that's a most qualified like a domain in the whole world. Why it is being very unorganized? And when do you think the system, if this system is being replicated in India, this will really change? This will really organize the whole real estate industry, and it will reduce the sales hassle of real estate developer, because real estate developer can focus on developing rather than sales. Do you really think that? I don't know what makes India lagging that, as a developer, your perspectives?
So yeah, I think highly matured markets like in the US or the UK or even Dubai, Singapore. Yes, I think developers focus only on developing, selling, and marketing. They give the rights to a third party, and then they do this one. Okay, so that's a different aspect to it. Why it is not happening here is number one being the margins. The margins already so thin. So I mean, I can give you many reasons. Top reasons would be like the margins are already thin with the developer, so he is actually not ready to give more percent. Still, it is happening. I think 20% of our sales still happening through channel partners. That is one. But then it is. As I told you, the cost is already high, and the margins are so thin, so it is not workable. But the biggest reason is like the consumers want to directly deal with the builder. They here our mindset is still not changed. As of now, they are not even they're not even believing the developers. Only now, last few years, thanks to CREDAI, we actually made the real estate more organized, and now the RERA has come in 3 years back. So now the market is regulated, and now people cannot cheat and things like that. Now the whole thing of real estate, being uh, developers were actually, were being viewed as a crook. So that
Yes.
will actually first go away. Once that goes away, and then the next step will be like the channel partners, and then they're doing the like how US and UK is going to there the same thing is going to happen. So that number one is a trust. The buyer who is buying, he doesn't want to go through a middleman. He would rather, because his hard-earned money tomorrow, he knows that builder cannot run away. That is the main reason why it is not. So more of awareness has to happen, and more ethical practice is going to come. Definitely, it will take some time. Yes, probably it will happen. Maybe another few years it could happen, because as I told you, but the customers don't want to trust the developer themselves.
Okay.
So now that RERA has come, so the developers will not go wrong. And next step will be like, we are marketing through the other outside marketing agencies will definitely happen. It will happen for sure,
Okay.
but it will take
Wonderful.
some time.
Okay, wonderful. But you are into this actually. You are actually supporting the fact that the real estate should completely systematically changes in this manner, like so that it
Yeah,
has to be
it's
like real
already
estate
changed.
developer,
Yeah,
consultant, and
changed.
consumer.
Correct. It will increase, because before 3 years back, we never had any, sales through mediators. Today, 20% of our sales happen through channel partners, and it is going to only go increase. And
Okay.
so there won't be much need of our marketing and sales department in the
Correct.
future. We
Correct.
will be focusing more on procuring the property, getting the approvals, and
Correct.
do the development part, handing over.
Correct.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So
So
thank
thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much, Habib, actually, for giving such beautiful informations about the whole market. Actually, we've been confronting, for the past nearly 3 to 4 years, the real estate market is really getting blow after blow after blow after, like so many the disasters which is being over, like one demonetization, GST taxes, RERA restrictions, and now it's a pandemic. I hope it's going to be a real inflation after this year. That's what because since it's an ever blooming, it's the biggest commodity market. It's going to be ever blooming. That's what we expect in everything. So thank you so much for putting up your information. Thank you so much for sharing all the data and statistics about your developments and everything. I hope everything goes well. And thank you so much for participating. We'll look after for the next show as well, for sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you so much.